Hello guys, welcome to my second video. I thought I'd just come on here and give you guys a story time while I'm eating breakfast because I don't have nothing else to do. And I made the first video like a week ago, but I've been doing homework and studying and stuff, so now I have time. So I'm eating macaroni and cheese and chicken at like 10:30 in the morning. So let's see, I think I wanted to talk to you guys like a little story time so you can get to know me about the time that some people, these girls in my school, tried to jump me. So I was raised like by my aunt because my mom died when I was little, and then my father. So my aunt raised me, my brother, and my sister. And then my other brother, he stayed back in Georgia with his father. So we came up here. My aunt is very like prim and proper and, you know, just bougie and, you know. So I never grew up in like an environment where I had to like fight or anything, but my sister and my brother taught me how to fight, you know, like just in case. So, but never really had to deal with it. I think like in first grade, I might have had to deal with something like that. But other than that, no, I grew up normal. No fighting, no nothing. So, cut to let's say, I think it was 7th grade. I was coming from middle school. We were on a school bus. And it was this girl, like, we were on again, off again friends. But like, she couldn't be trusted because she would like say one thing to me and then talk about me behind my back, and then like she was just, so I think at that time I was like sick of her. So we were on the bus and I think like either she said something I didn't like. I can't even remember how it happened. All I remember is we were going back and forth, back and forth. So she said something like, she made some kind of little corny joke. So I hit back harder and I was like, that's why you look like Mike Henry. So if anybody used to watch wrestling, it was like this big old black guy. And he used to have like these little cornrows that they like stopped right at his ear. And I was like, you look like Mike Henry. I was like, that's why nobody wants you. So I guess like, maybe that did hurt her feelings because maybe she did feel like she looked like him. I don't know. But I said it and I ain't take it back. So we got off the school bus and I'm walking home. So I had to walk past her apartment building to go down the hill to get to mine. So she was like, I'll be at your house. Let me drop off my stuff. I'll be there. I was like, okay. So I'm in the house, like an hour or something go by. I'm minding my business. I've always been an old soul. So I was in the house watching Judge Judy, like eating. And then I hear a knock on the door. So we lived, it was like kind of the hood, but then not really, but like you look in the peephole to see who at your door. So I'm looking in the peephole. I see her. But then she brought 2 other people with her. One was her cousin, and the other one was this girl that used to live in the neighborhood who always stayed in fights. And then she had a problem with me because it was like probably earlier that year, she wore all white in the middle of snow. And either like she was getting up and I was coming out and my foot hit her pants leg, and she was like, you gonna clean off my pants? I was like, no the hell I'm not. So she was like, clean it. So I'm like, no. So then she was like, you gonna clean? So like we had over pants, her white pants. So she didn't like me because of that. And she said that I felt like I was better than everybody, and that wasn't the case. I just didn't fool with everybody. So she was there. So when I looked at the peephole, one of them was hiding over in a corner, and then the other one was trying to hide at the top of the steps. But I had already seen them. So I opened the door, and I'm like, yes. So she was like, oh, I can't say the girl name, so I'm going to just be like, Tamala want to fight you. Mind you, she sends the other girl to knock on my door while she's standing up at the top of the steps. So I was like, okay. So she was like, so you gonna come outside and fight her? I'm like, yeah, I'll come outside when you two leave. I was like, because I'm not stupid. I already know as soon as I walk out here, all three of y'all are gonna jump on me. So she was like, no, we not. No, we not. I'm like, but you're famous for jumping people. I was like, and then you already don't like me. So she was like, right. So after you fight her, then I want to fight you. And I was like, okay, so like I said, when you two leave, she can stay, and then I can fight her one-on-one so that it could be fair. And then you can walk back down here and I can fight you. I was like, because what we're not going to do is jump me and you think I'm stupid. So she was like, no, well, we not leaving. You going to come out here. I'm like, you're not about to tell me what I'm going to do. So I was like, no. So I was like, you know what? I said, give me 1 second. So then I closed the door. She tried to put her foot in the door. So she was like, you're not going to close this door. I was like, either you gonna move your foot or it's gonna get slammed in the process of me closing this door. So I slammed the door. So then she started banging on the door. I was like, either you leave or Maya's gonna call the police. I was like, because one thing I'm not afraid to do is call the cops. So she was like, you gonna call the cops? You not gonna come out here and fight us? So I was like, oh, so now it's us. So you want me to come out there, get jumped, with nobody else is in my house. So you want me to come out there, get jumped by the three of y'all, and then go back in my house and take it like a woman? Like, no. So I was like, either you leave or 911 will be dialed. So she was like, call the cops. Okay. So then I called 911. I was like, yep. Got three girls here trying to jump me. You know, I put on my white voice and I was like, can you please send help? You know, I feel endangered for my life and I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. My parents aren't home. So they was like, okay, ma'am, just stay in the house, lock the door, we'll send someone. Mind you, I'm calling, my aunt is the worst person to call in an emergency. I called this woman and I still remember the number to this day. I called her 26 times. She did not answer the phone. And then after the cops left, then she called and said, you called me? I'm like, I could have been shot, dead, in the hospital, gone, but by the time you answered the phone. So I told her what happened. So she was like, well, we'll talk about it when I get home, because she was in a meeting. So the cops came. They was like, nobody's here outside of your house. Do you know where they live? I was like, I sure do. So he was like, do you want to go down? I was like, I sure will. So then I walked, because I was like, I'm not about to get in no police car. So I walked with him down the hill up to her apartment building. I knocked on the door. And her mother came to the door. I was like, were you aware that your daughter just brought her raggedy ass down here to jump me? So she was like, what? So, but she had no clue. So she turned around and looked at her. I was like, yeah, with her cousin over there and that little nappy headed. So, you know, I'm behind the cops. So I'm talking all kind of noise. And I was like, because now they can't do nothing. So her mother was like, told the cops, like, well, this one right here is not my responsibility. So whatever you want to do with her, that's fine. She was like, these two are my responsibility and you better believe I'm going to handle it. So he was like, okay, well, you, ma'am, you got to come with me. So the other girl, so she came out. He was like, what's your name? So I'm going to call her, what? Alice. So he was like, oh, he was like, I know who you are. He was like, you stay in trouble. He was like, so what are you doing over here? You're not even supposed to be over here. So she was like, well, I just got out of school. And he was like, yeah, but your school bus drops you off in front of your neighborhood. Why are you over here? So he was like, don't worry about it. I'll take you home. So he put her in the cop car. They drove off. I'm walking home. Then like 7 o'clock that night, here come my aunt. Well, what happened? I'm like, they came here, tried to jump me. I told them to leave, roll out, I'm calling the cops. They told me to call the cops, so I called cops. So she was like, well, what happened? So I told her what happened. I'm like, she said something to me. I said something back. She didn't like it. Then she wanted to fight. I was fine with fighting until I saw 3 other people at my door. And that's what I'm not about to do. So she was like, well, so my aunt didn't care. So like later on that week, I came to school the other girl who got mad because I called her Mike Henry. She wanted to apologize, wanted to be friends again. I'm like, why would I be your friend? And you just tried to jump me. I was like, that's not what we about to do. Like, I don't have no problem with you. You don't have no problem with me. You know, we keep it like that. But we not about to be no friends. So she was like, okay. So, like, let me see. I went to another middle school after that, like the next year. I went to another middle school. And then I came back to the neighborhood and went to like the neighborhood high school that we all go to. And then I saw them all over again, and they tried to pick up and be friends. I had my own set of friends. I was like, no, and because the thing was that we all like literally grew up together. Like we all went to the same elementary school, went to the same middle school, went to the same high school. So it was like a middle school that you all go to, then over here is like a middle school that you all go to, and then once you finish with that middle school, it's either two high schools you would either go to. You either go to Montgomery Blair, or you'll go to, I think the other school's like Northwestern or something. But literally everybody grew up together. So I was like, I know these people. And you never think that people gonna turn out like that. But I was like, she always been like fake. So I was like, So now, like, I used to see her on Facebook. She's done evolved. Look like she's becoming a better person. You know, she got a daughter. But I always wondered whatever happened to that other girl who I was like, just no. So I was like, I've been in fights before, and they've always been fair fights where either I would be defending myself because I was never that type of person to go out and pick a fight. And because I was raised as, if somebody do something to you, handle your business. You know, if you lose and I get called and say that you were fighting and then I found out that you lose, you get your ass whooped when you get home. Because you're not about to call me off of work because you done got in a fight and then you lost the fight. So I've always been, if I'm going to fight, I'm going to fight to win, and I'm going to fight for a reason. If it's something dumb, I'm not about to fight you. Like, no, go on about your business, because I was always the type of person in school. You leave me alone, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to bother you. I'm at my business, I go on about my business. And we just coexist together as normal. But, you got some people, especially when we're young, and everything start hitting you all at once. People try to act big and bad. Like, when I was in high school, in 9th grade, we had all these, like, little gangs. I was like, and they were trying to recruit people to join their little gangs. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, what am I gonna gain from y'all? Absolutely nothing. Y'all stay in fights. Y'all stay going to the hospital. Like, no. So, I think that was like one of the things that happened to me. And I was like in 7th grade. Yeah, that was 6th grade. Coming straight out of 5th grade elementary school. Going into 6th grade. So, I got like a few stories. But that one was, I think, no, that's not the wildest one. I think the wildest one was when I decided to be grown and I skipped it was like the last day of school. I'll tell that in like another video, but I tried to like go out and go to this boy's house who I was dating, and I told my aunt that it was the last day of school and I was going to go return my school books. And she called up to the school to see if I was there, and they told her no. When I came home, she was sitting in the living room waiting for me. Child. But that was the story time that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Just let me know what other things that you would like to see or like for me to talk about, and I will do that. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys continue to be happy and healthy. And thanks for watching my video. See you guys next time.